Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Friends, countrymen, tourists, and Ocalans, lend me your ears. Hey, speaking of ears, there is an opportunity for you to help feed and provide good maintenance, housing, and medical care for Marion County's rescued big cats, bears, monkeys, and other disabled or unreleasable wild and exotic animals. Take a tour on Wednesdays or Saturdays of the Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Call 352-266-2859. The Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary is affectionately known as EARS.
We're going to learn about learning right now. Crystal Flynn is in the studio, and we're going to learn about the different opportunities that our institutions of higher learning have for us here in Ocala, Marion County, and in fact, the area. We always say the tri-county area, right? Yeah. There's always three. We always put everything. In New York, it's a tri-state area, right? Everything's. We need a tri-state in Florida. I guess Florida's too big for that. Crystal, good morning, Crystal. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you? Happy New Year.
Have I not seen you?
I don't think so.
Wow, it seems like we've, it's 18 days already. Yeah, I guess
we took December off.
Still pretty new. Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tina. How you doing over there? Dr. Armstrong, good to see you again.
Good morning.
Dr. Robinson, and remind me of your name?
Marissa Brown.
Marissa, nice to meet you, Marissa.
And Tina in the corner.
Everybody. Tina, yes. Hello, Tina. Tina never gets on camera. So
One day we're working on
what are we talking about today?
So we're here today as part of our partnership to talk to folks about planning for college. It's new year, new goals. So the idea of figuring out if you or you have folks in your household that maybe be thinking about going back to school, or going to college in the fall, this is the perfect time to start planning things like tours and looking at finances and looking at programs and talking to advisors, so you're not in a rush, so you kind of know. In some cases, you kind of should already have those things in process, but what we're going to talk about today is what each institution can do for you and give you some tips on maybe what direction you should be going in.
So can I ask you from two perspectives?
Sure.
The first one is the person who's just starting, so they want to know where to go, and the person who's changed their mind, like midstream. Maybe they've been a year into it and they're thinking, oh no. How do you advise that person? So,
well, I would say at each institution, the first place to go would be to see your advisor or your success coach.
Does it happen a lot? Do people change?
Sure. You can get into something and think, I'm not sure that this is the right direction for me.
My son had that when he was younger. He went to Embry-Riddle, thought he wanted that education, whatever they offer over there, and decided it wasn't for him. It was not where he wanted to go. And he ended up bailing out of that, going to the University of Florida, and he's living happily ever after. So
there you go. So what I would say is most folks are probably starting, if they're just starting college or starting the education process, they're in high school thinking of college, so they would start at the College of Central Florida.
Okay. So let's start there.
All right. Yes. Well, again, thank you for having us here. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we're an open institution, so we're here for the Tri-County area. I direct the admissions. Marissa works day-to-day, does the day-to-day operations for admissions. And she'd be perfect to talk about our tours and things that we have for students that are interested. So we'll start with how they're interested and then what the process needs to entail for them to get into CF.
So if they're interested in coming to CF, what's great about my job is I'm the school relations specialist, so I get to go to all the high schools, do presentations, kind of explain to them briefly what CF has to offer at their school, and then I do encourage them to set up a tour, come to campus. They would do that with myself or one of our student ambassadors, take a tour, and then sit down with one of our admissions advisors and really kind of plan out, this is what I'm interested in, what would be my next steps. So going through the application process, meeting with an advisor to make sure that, that is the path. Sometimes students have an idea in their head that this is what I want to do, but then they sit down with an advisor and they're like, oh, I didn't realize I had to take that many math classes. And then they're like, so then their advisor can kind of direct them, well, maybe you're looking kind of more this route. So they'll talk to them about, overall career goals and what they want to do with their life.
How important is what they're coming from? They're telling you where they want to go, but that application probably reveals their grades or their financial position. Does that matter? It would be a shame, wouldn't it? And I guess you guys have figured this out, but if somebody wanted to become, had great ambitions, and they had great grades in high school, but their money just wasn't there, how do you handle that?
So our financial aid department is absolutely fantastic. They'll sit down with a student, look at what they can contribute, and we'll look at scholarships through CF. They'll work on financial aid applications with them. A lot of when we do these application sessions at high schools, we do bring financial aid representatives with us so they can help them fill out their financial aid applications so that they know that they're filling them out correctly and they're getting the most from that.
So money isn't a reason.
No, absolutely
not. Never a reason. That's good to know.
There's going to be resources at every university that can assist you.
Is there anything they can do to fix if the grades from high school are not where they should be for what you want to do? Is there a way to fix that?
It depends on where they're starting and where they're going. So if their GPA is not high enough maybe to transition right from high school to a university, then a state college may be a better option, and they can work on their preparatory course options, prepare things. You can speak more to that.
So we do use our placement test as kind of a way to figure out where a student needs to start. So if they need to start in an intermediate algebra class before they move on to college algebra to really strengthen those skills, we're going to put them in that prep class first so that when they move on to college algebra, they're more successful so that they can raise that GPA.
And that's what we're designed for. We're designed to help those students, put the resources around them. We think we have the resources to help that student be successful. So it's just a matter of them taking that step and starting the process.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably not unusual for somebody to have been less serious about their education and then all of a sudden realized, oh my gosh, I've hurt myself, and now they need to fix it. And so not that they're dumb or anything, but they just weren't pursuing what they should have been pursuing. I think we all went through a period like that, right?
Absolutely. I think
That's why I do radio.
Yeah. I think one of the great things about the partnership that we have, especially the partnership that UCF Direct Connect has with the College of Central Florida, is that if you're not ready to go straight from high school to a university, then you have the option of going to an outstanding state college, and then they have a university partner that has an office on site that can then talk to you about what your transition would be after you earn your 2-year degree. And that's where Tanya comes in.
Absolutely. And that is the next step for a student who is pursuing possibly a bachelor's degree or even a graduate level degree. But really we focus on the bachelor's degree, so the 2+2 format where they earn an AA or associate's degree at the state college. And with Direct Connect to UCF, it is a guarantee of admission, so that students who do complete and graduate with their associate's degree at the state college, and there's a select few, and CF is one of our great partnerships that we have here. We have an office on site here at the UR Center, Building 40 on the CF campus, and we welcome anybody to stop by if they want further information about Direct Connect to UCF. But the guarantee of admission really helps students solidify that, okay, I'm going to do really well at CF and complete what I need to complete there, and I have this guarantee that I can move to the next step or the next level of my educational aspirations.
Oh, okay. And what is exactly the guarantee?
The guarantee is of admission. So you have a guarantee of admission so long as you complete your Associates of Arts degree or articulated AS degree and have a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. Which is bare minimum GPA, and that guarantees you into the university. It does not guarantee you into a particular program, say nursing or engineering, and that's why we do encourage students, even for CF students, to come to our offices and talk with us about what prerequisites they can take at the state college before transferring over, because certain majors have specific requirements, and we want to make sure that that student's ready and have everything that they need to do to transfer seamlessly.
Is it true that some schools will purposely not accept a student the first year just to see how serious they are? I've heard that a few times.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard that.
I can tell you where I heard it.
Not purposefully.
The veterinary school in Gainesville, I was told that they never take anybody the first time.
I don't know. Well, none of us represent UF here, so I don't want to speak to that.
What I can say about that kind of a situation would be that some of those schools that have selected admissions processes, and what that means is they have a limited number of seats where they start a program every so often on a certain schedule. They have to be very specific in their criteria for their students. That's one of the things you would want to plan early for, is you want to know, are there 400 people that apply for 30 seats? What's the average GPA that gets in? What kind of grades do I need to have in these foundation courses to even be a candidate, let alone get in? Knowing those answers is going to help you better prepare for which route you should take. And if you're not quite ready, if you need to step back and move in a different direction or strengthen your skills, like what we were talking about earlier. But the partnership, I think what's great about that is no matter where you are in this process, there are resources at each one of our campuses. And at Webster University, and we're located at Heathbrook, we support students who want to pursue graduate degrees. So we would be kind of at the end of this. So if you're looking to enhance a bachelor's degree that you already have, move into a different direction with your career, or possibly be able to apply for a promotion and things like that, you can earn a master's degree. And what's unique about our programs is they're evening and online, designed for working adults, so there's not going to be so much shifting around your whole life to go back to school, so it's a possibility. And that's another great thing about both of our partners, is that they also offer online courses and on-ground classes, so you have more options.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
So financing and schedule really shouldn't be the reasons. They're going to be solutions for you. You just need to talk to the staff at the different schools, and they can talk to you about what your options would be.
So that's good. I mean, financing and schedule, that's two things that could stand in the way.
Those roadblocks.
Yeah,
you need to do it.
So the rest is up to you. I mean, everything else is kind of up to you. Just make sure that you're doing your job and getting the grades.
I think Crystal's making a great comment, and that's there's resources available. It's just a matter of, and that I guess is the premise of this discussion today, is start beginning. If you have an inkling that you want to go back to school, or you're thinking about it, even if you're just thinking about it, there's resources at all of our institutions that you're able to communicate with and find out what's my next step, or what's my first step even, and then the next step, and then the next step. But there's throughout the process, be it from getting your Associates of Arts degree, getting a bachelor's degree, or getting a graduate degree, you have resources throughout here with these three institutions in your community that you can talk with about what to do and how to do it. Often when we're out there, when I'm out there recruiting or doing things with students, it's like, I want to go to get a degree in this, and that's fine. And then the next question that parents typically ask is, well, how do I pay for it? And again, what do I do, or how do I get this particular degree, and how do I pay for it? And there's resources at all of our institutions that will help answer those questions.
And there's also the question, what do you do with the degree? I think that's the parents' question. Like, what kind of a job is that going to lead to? Especially kind of like, I'll just use myself and my son. I have no idea what he does. He works with computers. He has a really nice house, so he must make good money. So, and he's up in Gainesville, with something with computers. And I asked him one time to show me. I think I might have told you this, Crystal. And he did, and I still don't know what he does. So I wouldn't know. Like, if he said, this is what I'm going for, this is the degree I want, I would say, well, what's that going to do for you? His best answer could be, it's going to give me a six-figure income. That's all I need to know, right?
Right.
But is that a fair way to, I guess, to work backwards? Like, this is where I want to be, so I need to do these things?
It could be. It could be. We each have career resources that can help you figure out, if this is your end game goal, how would I get there, and what would I need? And we can also kind of assess some of those things of, you don't have a strong skill set in this area. Is it something you can build on, or are you really skilled over here, and where could you branch off from that direction? So, but lots of resources.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We have some resources around for that. But you also have to know your population. And today's population, they want to know the end result first.
Right, I would think so.
They want to know, am I going to get six figures in this area? And then you kind of work with them backwards to try to help them reach their goals. Is that goal realistic based on where they are? They have to answer that over time, but you at least put resources and give them the program and the direction that you need to put out there for them to be successful.
Absolutely.
And we do have a great resource on our website when students are looking at our program, something called Career Coach, where they just click the button and it takes them to a new screen which kind of goes over jobs in that field from that program. and salary options. This might be the median, or this could be the maximum amount that you would make.
Wow, that's a good feature. A career coach is what it's called?
Yes.
Wow.
There's another great program. It's called My Plan, which does help also to identify even areas of interest that you might be interested in, because you could say, I want to be in healthcare, but it doesn't necessarily have to be nursing. It could be radiology or another field, working in a lab or something like that. So there's lots of resources out there.
Oh my gosh. I bumped into a lady the other day, and I knew her maybe 16 years ago, and she was working at an assisted living facility. And she looked like she was on her way to having a nice career in nursing. And I saw her working at a McDonald's. No offense against people who are at McDonald's, but maybe I need to give her this information you're telling me about. And I don't know how do I do this, Crystal? How do you diplomatically say, you could do so much better with your life?
Well, as a recruiter, one of my roles is when I encounter people who say, I wish I could do this, or I've always wanted to do that, but it just didn't work out. My job is to help connect them to the resources.
Oh, really?
And the people that can help them figure out, how do I get there? There's nothing wrong with working in retail. We definitely need folks who are doing all those different things. But she could be in a position where she's working now, and it's the perfect schedule to allow her to go to school at nights or online, if she's decided she wants to go in a different direction. And maybe where she was didn't end up where she wanted to be, and she just needs some helpful support to say, you could certainly share with her that you talked to some great folks.
Do you come with me?
About
I'm going to stumble. I won't know what to say.
I don't know. Will you buy me a shake? Maybe.
I will buy you a shake, yes, absolutely.
Okay, maybe
and you can share with her, CF has a wonderful nursing program. UCF has a wonderful nursing program.
And the idea that you could do some of it online, I think that's very...
Some programs, yes, some programs, no. But the big thing, the takeaway here is that we all have staff that are completely dedicated. That's what we all do. However we all got to this role, but that's what we all do. We're really dedicated to helping folks achieve whatever their dream is, whatever their goal is, that end game. So they can come and talk to us and figure out if they need to go in a totally new direction, if they're starting out, if they've got a 4-year-old at home and they want to figure out, how am I going to plan for college way down the line, then it's a great time to start having those conversations.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully people are listening and will share this with somebody who will benefit from this, because all of the roadblocks that we think are there, it sounds like are not there. In fact, the only roadblock is ourselves, right?
Exactly, and probably the major roadblock with ourselves is delaying it. The delay, where all of a sudden I want to go back to school, and then you realize the deadline's tomorrow.
Right.
So,
oh yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean, for application or something like that. So really, the premise is, plan now. Think about what you want to do. Start collecting information. Gather your information so that you're not adding added stress to your life and then saying, I'm not going to do it because the deadline's tomorrow. I didn't get the application. And you've already edited yourself from the experience that you could have.
Good. So when is the next deadline?
For UCF, for transfer students that would be transferring from our state colleges, our deadline is March 1st for the summer term.
So is there enough time on January 18th?
Absolutely.
Between now and then? Okay. I don't know how long it takes.
Application is, you submit an application. Our
you just do it. Okay.
Is online. There is a $30 application fee that is attached to that.
Okay.
But you have until March 1st if you're transferring from one of the state colleges.
And if you're not, if you're working at McDonald's, what do you do then?
If you're working at McDonald's,
you probably come see us.
You probably want to
go to you?
Yeah, you want to see kind of that starting point.
Okay. And they can talk to you about starting for summer or starting for fall.
Right. Our deadlines are a little different. They're not as hard. So she can always come to us, and we kind of always try to work with that student to get them into the door if we have opportunity. And we have a few events coming up where we're going to be advertising our program and talking about CF. The first one is this weekend. We have the MLK Festival on Monday.
Oh, where's that going to be?
That's going to be, where's the location? At the Hampton Center. Yeah, at the park.
Okay,
right on 40 right there. And we'll be there from, I think, 10 to 3, 10 to 4 on
40 and MLK?
At 40 and MLK this weekend.
Okay.
And then February 26th is our big event. It's our preview night. And that's where we invite all the local high schools out to come, where we'll showcase CF programs in our departments. Marissa is in charge of that. I'll let her talk a little bit more about preview night.
So it's a great opportunity for people to come and really see what CF has to offer. All of our departments, resources on campus will have a table. They'll be available to talk to students. We're going to have breakout sessions talking about financial aid options, talking about dual enrollment options, and we're doing a new breakout session this year, which we're excited about. We're doing a student panel, so students and parents can talk to actual CF students, see what their life is like on campus, clubs that they're involved in, athletics. So it's a great opportunity to really see everything that CF has to offer and how we can help assist you.
It's so promising when I listen to all of your talk. We had an author on the other day, and his book was about his concern that in the future we're going to have artificial intelligence doing so much that the only people who will have good jobs are the people who can program the artificial intelligence. And anybody who doesn't have technical skills is going to be left sweeping floors, living in shacks. And so, I don't know if you're right or not, but that's a scary scenario. So, well, I mean, I don't know what to do about the world, but you can change your own world, right?
Right. I don't know about that. I certainly think technology is going to continue to advance. But I will say I think we're always going to need career folks that work in helping areas, helpers.
I hope so, yeah.
And I think that's one of the things. Our campus specializes in business programs and counseling, and that would be one of the areas. So if you already have a bachelor's degree and you're thinking of moving into a new direction or advancing, we were talking about admissions dates, and our dates are a little bit flexible as well. We're enrolling right now for our spring 2 that starts late March, and then there's summer and there's fall. And if they contact our campus, I can even give them a waiver code that'll save them the $50 application fee.
Oh, really?
So there's one more thing that will save them just a few more dollars to get them moving.
So call you for the waiver code.
Right. 861-9330.
Oh no! You're allowed to give it on the air?
No, that's our phone number.
Oh, okay.
That's our phone number. That's our phone number. They got to talk to me, and I'll.
I thought that was the waiver code.
No.
See, I'm worried about that guy behind you. I saw them putting electronics into him. I'm thinking he's taking my job any day now. So.
I don't know. I think technology is a wonderful thing, and we all need it and love it, and some of us are addicted to it. But I think there's always going to be. I don't know how you would replace a teacher in a classroom, or how you would replace a police officer or a counselor, and all of those kinds of professions. And we all have degrees that are going to get you to that kind of a role. And I think that's always going to need a kind heart and a warm body behind it to do that.
Good for you. So yeah, I think you're right.
Folks can come talk. They can come talk to us, and we can help them get there.
And again, it's up to you. You have to do it. But the opportunities that you have already outlined that are there, that erase any fear that you don't have enough money or that your schedule's not going to work out. And that wasn't always the case. I mean, the schedule used to be, you had to go to the class at the time.
Right.
Now you can.
Years ago, it was here's your class.
Yeah.
And now it's here are some options. It may not always be perfect, but some semesters are more fun than others. But it'll get you there. You can be a little bit flexible, and we can all get you there. So can we share our contact info?
Yes, let's give out some numbers. I know you have already done that. Just do it again.
Sure. We're University of Central Florida at our Connect Center in Ocala. We're located on the College of Central Florida's campus in the UR Center, Building 40. Our phone number is area code 352-854-2322 at extension 1824.
Okay.
And they can learn more about Webster University at webster.edu/Ocala. They can also email me at ocala@webster.edu. And our phone number is 352-861-9330.
Dr. Robinson, Marissa, what's your last name?
Brown.
Marissa Brown.
So for more information on CF, they can go to our website, cf.edu, or they can call me at 352-854-2322, extension 1379, and I can help them set up a tour if they're interested and get them set up with resources on campus.
Okay, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to walk up to that young lady and I'm going to say, can I talk to her for a minute? And okay, I'm going to say this. Now, what if she says to me, I'm too old? She doesn't look that old. She looks like she's 30-something, maybe.
I can tell you.
I have students that were 81, 54.
I'm telling her. That's what I'm telling her.
It doesn't matter.
Age is just a number.
If you're willing to learn, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Yep. Thank you all for coming in. Tina, thank you, as always. We'll be right back.
why not serve a delicious, intimate, and very easy dinner from Honey Baked Ham of Ocala? They have about the best ham produced ever, and turkey breast or beef pot roast or pork roast.
I thought they just served